M0FXB, welcome back to my videos on the DM1701 that you can see with the OpenGD77 firmware. I've had a question on the original version of the DM1701, so I'm going to reload that firmware, and I thought, well, I may as well record it while I'm here. So the download for this is in the description. There's the file there. If I double click it, you'll see that within that file, if I double click again and then click the top one, 1.05 it says, firmware update, double click again, and look, this blue one here, DMR firmware, that's the loader of the firmware, the sort of loading program that looks like here. You can see it's opened up on the right, and the very top file is the one that I'm going to load as the firmware. You can see there, DM1701 firmware. Actually, that's the wrong one because that says instructions. Let's find the actual file. And the fact that we have the instructions is actually really good, of course. So I'm just quickly going to show that. I think that's the most important thing. So there's the little firmware opener program. Then you click open the file. You've got to put the radio into firmware mode, which is holding the PTT and the button above. Turn it on. You're in firmware mode. Then you select the file and you load it. It's literally that easy. It might ask you for a password, which I believe is 5 zeros or 6 zeros. So if I look at my previous video, it's 8 zeros. And once you go into the software, you can actually remove the password. So anyway, we've looked at the instructions. Let's just do it. If we fail, we'll just try again. So the file that I've got, the one with the newest, is actually the 2.03 here. Only for radiology. Now, I'm not really sure which one to choose, to be honest. I'm just going to choose one of them. So all we do, we're connected via the cable. We're going to open the file, go to my downloads, go into that, and we're looking for that bin file. I might have to put it somewhere easier to find. So yeah, I'll do that. See if I can drag it from there and just drag it and let go of it in my downloads. See if I can get that. Right, open file. So I put into a folder called DM1701 on my desktop. Let's go to DM. There it is. Now we need to get into firmware mode, so we're going to turn it off. Hold down the PTT and the button above. Turn on. I think when you turn that on, it actually sort of creates a port, I think. Let's have a look actually. But we're in firmware mode. Let's just go right click, device manager, and see if it does. Double click. Can't see an obvious one, but anyway, I'm going to ignore that and let's just go for it. Of course, you do this at your own risk. You don't want to break your radio like I do. Back to the program, and then we're going to go. We've opened the file, download file of upgrade, and let's see if it does it. Alright, let's open up this. Open, double click. We might need a different cable for it. Might actually need an FTDI one. I'll keep trying. Try again. So we'll go start. Open the loader. Then we'll choose the file. I'm going to go for the 2.03, it is the newest one. Then download file of upgrade. Of course, we're in firmware mode on the radio. Yes, that's better. When it's successful, you'll get the green line appear across the top. So we'll wait for that. And at the end of that, then we'll have a quick look at the radio, but I'll leave it live as this scans through. So it's great fun. I mean, I do prefer GD77, but sometimes I just need the radio to revert back to its original format, because many people will buy this radio, such a low price, and they'll just use it as an analog radio for their normal repeaters, their local repeaters, simplex and gateways. And then as they feel confident, they'll move on to the DMR side, which there is a lot of learning. The best advice is to borrow a code plug, you know, the programming software that fills this radio up with channels around the country and around the world. Get yourself a hotspot, MMDVM hotspot, and then you're talking worldwide, and it's 40 quid. And the thing about this, although it can't be, you still would need a separate radio. The thing about this device is it actually will be a hotspot, DV Mega. So there you are, download successful, and let's go and have a look at the radio. Okay, well it did work, as you can see, and we've got the software here. We're going to make a separate video loading up the code plug, adding some hotspots, some repeaters, etc. Bye for now.